It's time for GMA3, the search for answers after two New Jersey teenage girls were struck and killed by an SUV while riding an e-bike. A 17-year-old suspect in custody. Was it an accidental hit and run, or were they targeted? We're taking in the sights and sounds of the Green Mountain State, visiting the home of the real Von Trapp family, made famous in The Sound of Music. The latest stop in our 50 States in 50 Weeks tour. And that's the way it is. And Celine Dion is telling us the way it is.
Well, I was very honored and very touched.
Who she's teaming up with and why it means so much to the superstar. It's time for GMA3.
From ABC News headquarters in New York City, this is GMA3.
Oh, love Celine Dion. Can't wait for that new project. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Ginger. I think we just don't need cold open music because you're singing beautifully. Also here with Rhiannon. We're so glad that you could join us this Thursday.
Oh, she does have a beautiful voice. Have you guys picked out your Halloween costumes yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. It's on the
I have
to-do
news
list.
for you. Halloween is just a few weeks away,
Thank
so
you.
you better get on it. We have your pumpkin forecast. Will Reeve is at a pumpkin patch for us with the good news this year. There he is.
Oh,
hey, Will.
yeah. Also ahead, we are going back to basics for any closet as we head into fall. The editor-in-chief of InStyle is here to show us some of the best basics and how to style them.
Yes, we have a great show planned, but we are going to begin, you guys, with a story with a lot of twists and turns. This one in New Jersey, after two teenage girls were killed in what initially appeared to be a hit and run. But now a 17-year-old suspect is facing murder charges as family and friends of the victim say may have been a targeted attack. Urgent murder investigation into the deaths of two New Jersey teenage girls. Prosecutors say 17-year-old Maria Niotis and Isabella Salas were struck by a black SUV just before 5:30 Monday night while driving an e-bike down this residential street. The driver allegedly fled the scene but was later apprehended. It was originally reported to be a tragic hit-and-run accident, but 2 days later, authorities arresting a 17-year-old boy, charging him with 2 counts of first-degree murder for the deaths of the best friends.
I think the whole community really joined together and, provided whatever evidence that the police needed.
After news spread, friends of the victims coming forward saying there had been issues between the suspect and at least one of the teen girls. And in an unusual twist, the suspect is a relative of the chief of police of a neighboring town. The chief, who happens to be a neighbor of Salas's, issuing a statement Wednesday night saying, "I do unequivocally condemn the actions of the accused, and like you, I demand that he face the consequences of his alleged actions in a court of law." The victims' mothers attending a vigil for the girls.
They're both very sweet and compassionate people.
As friends and neighbors paid tribute to the lives cut short. That police chief I mentioned from the neighboring town also said one of the girls was his neighbor, whom he says he watched grow up. He said the whole neighborhood feels violated and they are now grieving with the victims. And by the way, that teen has been charged as a juvenile, but authorities have not ruled out upgrading that.
Wow, such a horrible
yeah,
story.
Just really horrific.
Yeah, shifting now to weather. We don't have to look far. Ginger is right here, thankfully. That Category 2 hurricane moved through Bermuda overnight. Ginger, you're tracking the dangerous conditions along the East Coast?
Right, so even though we've had these hurricanes that have not made landfall and actually haven't the entire season thus far here in the United States, Bermuda did have up to 100-mile-per-hour gusts as the center of that storm last night slipped just to their south. They had schools closed, but thankfully Bermuda does very well with those types of storms. So now it's all full of fish storm out there to sea, but the rough surf and the coastal flood advisories are still on, in part because we've got this big high pressure system, the reason we've been so chilly this morning, that's pushing the water up against the shore.
Yeah, it was chilly this morning, but we're seeing a warm up, right? We're expecting a warm up later on in the weekend.
Yeah, considerable too. I mean, talking about 10 to even 20 degrees above average, depending on where you are from Great Lakes to Northeast. Look at some of these numbers. These could be daily records from Minneapolis at 90 and 91 going into the weekend. So as we go through these afternoons and through the weekend here in the Northeast even, we could get up into the low 80s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
Big shift.
The heat is not gone.
No, and that is not scary, but now it is time for some scary good deals for Halloween. A recent report finds Americans are expected to spend a record amount this season. Will Reeve is shopping for the perfect pumpkin in Hillsdale, New Jersey with the latest. Will, you've had all day. Have you found it?
I'm still looking, Ginger. Hello to you. I'm still scouring the pumpkin patch for the perfect pumpkin, much like Americans are searching for the perfect deal right around this holiday Halloween season. And according to the National Retail Federation, American consumers are expected to spend over $13 billion in this period, which is a record. That's actually up $1 billion over last year. But the economy's got a bit of a chilling effect on brands and consumers. So these companies are trying to get people out offering Halloween-themed deals. You've got fast food chains like McDonald's and the Boo Bucket. You've got the Monster Menu from Burger King and Frosty Frights kids meals from Wendy's. And there's nothing like Halloween decorations. If you want to go to Lowe's and get one of those 20-foot giant skeletons, you can get that for $70 off. Or if you want Louis the Pumpkin Ghoul, you find him at Target and he's $54 off. This comes amid concerns for Americans and their wallets amid tariffs and inflation. And I am in the pumpkin patch, as we have made sure to point out multiple times throughout our Good Morning America hours. If you want to buy a pumpkin, it's 11% cheaper than this time last year, according to the Department of Agriculture, guys.
Nice.
Thank you, Will. And I've grown quite a few, so if you ladies want any,
yes.
Will, I've got minis. I'll have them in the office. All right, thank you so much, Will.
Who knew you could grow pumpkins, Ginger? You
They
just
are
do it all.
so easy, believe me. They're the hardiest little crop. Okay, so coming up, are you ready for it? The countdown to Taylor Swift's new album and all the clues that she's been dropping for fans.
How big do your pumpkins get?
Right now, and we're back now with pop news. Will Gans, I made the mistake of saying, are we starting with Taylor?
And I said, almost always we're starting with Taylor, as everyone should, especially today, because there's no business like showgirl business, and we're kicking things off, with Taylor Swift. We are in the final countdown to her highly anticipated 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl, so I'm going to unpack everything we know so far. This is album number 12. There are 12 songs on it. And it will all be about her life behind the scenes on the Eras Tour.
Okay.
Yes, we've got new lyrics from the album thanks to Spotify's pop-up event right here in New York City. These are some of the lyrics. Oftentimes, it doesn't feel so glamorous to be me.
Really?
Everyone's unbothered till they're not. My infamy loves company, and you want to take a skate on the ice inside my veins?
Ooh.
I know. Fans are celebrating from that Spotify pop-up to Uber Eats, which is giving 12% off all orange items. This is her orange era. And Uber is also launching their own pop-up cat adoption event where you could take home your own Olivia Benson or Meredith Grey or Benjamin Button. Those are Taylor's 3 cats, in case you were wondering. She is celebrating it all this weekend with a 3-day-only theatrical event, the official release party of a Showgirl, featuring a music video and reflections from Taylor herself. It's projected to bring in, just $40 million, which could give Taylor Swift her second #1 box office debut. The Life of a Showgirl drops at midnight.
So did you get your tickets?
I have my tickets. I also am going to be live on our overnight shows here on ABC. I'll be on GMA3 in the morning, which means no sleep. But who needs sleep when Taylor Swift is around?
I love your Super
events.
Bowl. I get it. It's Cat 5.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It is a Cat 5
Ginger.
Taylor Swift storm of brewing, you guys. From my favorite thing, Taylor Swift, to my other 2 favorite things, Celine Dion and Christmas. Hit it, people. Oh, that's the way it is, because Celine Dion is teaming up with British cosmetics company Charlotte Tilbury to be the new face of their Christmas season campaign, marking the Grammy-winning superstar's first beauty campaign in years, and she told us all about how much it means to her.
First of all, I was very honored and very touched, because I think that feeling confident brings you the inner power to be able to feel good, to feel strong, to make changes, to feel the best of yourself. So I took my horse from Vegas, and here we are in London.
The commercial fittingly features her 2002 hit, I'm Alive, one of my faves. Charlotte Tilbury says Celine is a woman with, quote, extraordinary strength, humor, and heart, adding, the way Celine has turned her challenges into power is beyond moving. The beauty campaign launches today.
I love that Charlotte Tilbury is in the video, too.
Yes.
That is so special.
Yeah.
And when in doubt, BYOH, bring your own horse.
Bring your own unicorn.
Yeah, exactly. All right, finally, the Kardashians are gearing up for season 7 of their Hulu show, revealing a first look at the trailer. Check it out.
Season 7, I am here for the ride. We're back! spirit fingers. We're in a different faces era. Travis and I are traveling a lot together. Some familiar faces are back.
Is Bob here? Bobby! Oh my God.
This season is a whole different beast.
You better watch out.
You know we will be. We've also got appearances from Glenn Close, Sarah Paulson, Caitlyn Jenner, and more headed into season 7. According to the synopsis, the Kardashian-Jenner ladies are diving headfirst into the drama, the hustle, and the heart as they revisit their past and embrace the passions that move them forward. The Kardashians season 7 begins streaming October 23rd on Hulu and on Disney+.
They always keep it interesting.
They sure do.
All right, well, thank you. Coming up, it's 50 States in 50 Weeks, the series. Up next is Vermont. Maggie Rulli is there. She is bringing us the real story of the Von Trapp family and some sweet treats. Ooh.
Back now with our series, 50 States in 50 Weeks, counting down to our nation's 250th birthday. And the next stop is beautiful Vermont. Maggie Rulli is in Stowe. She's our very own Sound of Music correspondent, too, my favorite.
Officially.
Hey, Maggie.
Hey, Stephanie, someone has to do the job, am I right? Well, listen, it is just a beautiful, crisp fall day here in Vermont. We're looking at this gorgeous fall foliage right now. But, you know, Vermont is about more than just these views. You mentioned the Sound of Music. So, guys, where I'm standing right now is the Von Trapp family home. Yes, that Von Trapp family. Their story is real. And, guys, it happened right here. Images of Julie Andrews and the Von Trapp family frolicking over the Swiss Alps forever live in the minds of Sound of Music fans worldwide. I am 16. The movie's so popular, as I saw firsthand in Salzburg, where they're celebrating the movie's 60th anniversary all year long. What better way to follow in the footsteps of Maria than with the official Sound of Music bus tour? No, a deer, a female deer. And while aspects of the 1965 Rodgers and Hammerstein film are accurate, the true story of the Von Trapp family is nestled in the hills of Stowe, Vermont.
Welcome to the Von Trapp Family Lodge and Resort.
Christina Von Trapp Frame is the director and executive vice president of her family's resort. She's also the granddaughter of the real Maria and Captain Georg Von Trapp.
She wasn't as warm and cuddly as Julie Andrews was. There was definitely a level of discipline. We had to behave and be in proper manner.
Just like in the movie.
They're gone!
The real Maria and Captain Von Trapp escaped the Nazi regime, fleeing their native Austria. But they didn't traverse the Alps with their instruments in tow.
They took a train, pretending they were going hiking for the day, and went to Italy. They left with literally just their backpacks. They had a whole concert tour organized in the States, and they got their money advanced to them for their steamship passage fare. They knew they wanted to farm and be able to have the chance to grow their own food. And when they came up here and saw this property, they said, this is it. This is what they want.
The family eventually turning their home into a hotel. Now celebrating its 75th anniversary, the Von Trapp Family Lodge and Resort now owns nearly 3,000 acres of sustainable farmland, grazed by their own Highland cows and sheep. They produce their own maple syrup, one of Vermont's main exports, and operate a clean craft beer brewery, the largest in Vermont, fueled by their natural spring water. But it's the family history ingrained in the land that keeps crowds coming back for more.
My grandmother started skiing when she was around 50 years old, and in this photo, she would have been around 62 years old, I want to say. So there were two boys, Rupert and Werner, that went to the 10th Mountain Division and were fighting in Europe, and so all the girls were working on the farm. That's how we all grew up, just working and taking care of everything that needed to be taken care of. So this is our family cemetery. Very traditional Austrian cemetery with ornamental ironwork for the grave markers, the flowers on the graves, and Georg and Maria are in the middle here. So this chapel was built by Werner von Trapp after he came back from World War II. He was with troops and he prayed and said, if I make it out of this war alive, I will build a chapel to Mary, our Mother of Peace. And it took him, I think, over 7 years to build it, but this is a really, really special place.
Well, we mentioned the family's maple syrup. I've been lucky to be drinking it all morning long, and I'm also lucky to be standing here with Chris Poacher. He's the educational tour leader here at the Von Trapp Family Lodge and Resort. And something you've taught me this morning, Chris, is that there are different types of maple syrup, and you can tell the different grades right here. What am I looking at?
Well, Maggie, you've got 3 different flavors here. Golden Delicate, Amber Rich, and Dark and Robust.
Which one do I get to try again this morning?
Try the Amber Rich.
That's my favorite. All right, so walk me through the flavor profile. What should we be tasting when we drink a really good, rich amber syrup? I'm going to cheers with you.
It is a nice, rich, amber, buttery flavor.
All right, thanks so much. Cheers to you guys in the studio.
Wow, I would take a shot of syrup right now.
I would do it too. That'll energize the rest of the day. And you should stick around because we've got Smashing Machine director Benny Safdie here. You want to stay with us.
Welcome back to GMA3.
Oh yeah, we're back here on GMA3, and tomorrow on GMA, we are celebrating 3 years of the right stuff with some of our staff's favorite products that help them get the job done.
And on Monday, we will hear from Jack Osborne of talking about his late father, Ozzy Osbourne, as Ozzy's memoir, Last Rites, is being released. In the book, Ozzy writes about the health issues that forced him to stop touring, and if he would do anything different, if he could do it all again. Jack is going to tell us all about it and much more.
And Eli Manning will be here on Monday. The 2-time Super Bowl winner's adventures going undercover as college football player. What he was the inspiration for this new show, Chad Powers. We'll talk to him about that. Of course, we're going to talk football and much more. Looking forward to that. Now we're getting back to basics with the editor-in-chief of InStyle, Sally Holmes. One of the hottest trends in fashion right now is celebrating the essentials, from a great white t-shirt to a good pair of jeans. I was literally just wearing that the other day. Sally is going to show us some of the best basics and how to style them. What would you consider, Sally, a good wardrobe when it comes to basics?
So basics doesn't have to be boring. It's not the flashiest, but it is the backbone of your closet. So these basics are things you can pair with about 50% of your wardrobe. And for me, it's the stuff I always fall back on. When you have one of those mornings, what do I wear? It's this.
Okay, let's start with the button-down shirt. Really, this is a classic. It's been around
Definitely a workhorse of the closet. I love this Old Navy version. It's just $20.
Oh,
it comes in many colors. So this is something I wear, my team will tell you, probably 3 times a week in a different color. I love the button down for the weekend. You can roll up the sleeves, give it a little bit more of a casual look.
Put a sweater over it.
Put a sweater over it for these chillier days, but also it's a way to get a little bit more wear out of your summer dresses. You can throw it on as an extra layer, even in the summer as a beach cover-up. So versatile.
And such a classic shirt.
Such a classic. I even love this chambray version. This is like the spicier, more fun version potentially of something that could be just regular degular.
That's definitely something I've had for years. But the It Girl sweater, which I didn't realize was a thing, but we all recognize from back in the day. Why are people loving this, and how are they styling it?
So this amazing J. Crew roll neck was first launched in 1988. This is the updated modern version. It's a little bit more oversized, but it still has that amazing roll neck. Hem here, the mock, it's so comfy, goes with everything. I wore it actually yesterday in the office. Again, my team will tell you. But what I love about this is it comes in so many different colors, and this comes for women, men, kids, and even your pet. So if you're looking for if you're looking for your holiday card look, this roll neck sweater
family photo
could be for you.
The It sweater in general, then.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice.
All right. They can't even keep it in stock, so
very, very handy. Okay, let's talk jeans. Everyone has their go-to pair of jeans. We were just talking about this. Do we go with the wide leg? Do we dump our skinny jeans, or hold on to them? Are they coming back? So what would you say? What's in right now?
This loft version, it's high-waisted with a little bit of a wider leg.
Okay.
It looks good on, I promise you, everyone. The trick for this, these are just $53. They're on sale right now. So they're also like a low-risk version if you want to try something out of your comfort zone. They're also so soft.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about, you know, when you're wearing jeans and you just can't wait to get home and put on leggings. These are kind of that secret legging fix.
High waist for life.
High waist for life. And with the wide leg, the secret is a little bit of a skinnier silhouette for your shoe. So think a boot or bootie, maybe even like a smaller sneaker, but not those also trendy dad chunky sneakers. That's gonna maybe dress it down. You want to keep with those kind of sleeker silhouettes.
Okay, that's good advice.
Nice.
A good pair of jeans never goes out of style, and
Never.
neither does a classic jean jacket.
Yes.
And this one is definitely classic.
This Levi's version is classic for a reason. It does not age in your wardrobe. I love the Levi's trucker style. It's just $98.
Nice.
The darker denim gives it, again, a more elevated look to it.
Always pop the collar
pop the
too for a little
collar.
extra style.
A little spice.
And I have to tell you,
love it.
some
Thank you.
people
I
are
like
a little
pop collar.
bit wary of wearing them with jeans, but
Oh,
it
right,
is
denim on denim.
Denim on denim.
Is that okay?
It looks great.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, all
tuxedo
the
it
ladies
up.
in our office, we will throw on a denim jacket over a denim pair.
Even if they don't
pair of
match,
jeans.
or do they have to match, or
They don't have to
that's too
match,
matchy?
but I love the kind of Canadian tuxedo look. You can break it up with a color underneath. It looks amazing.
Cute. That works.
Another way.
Change the whole look.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's elevated. You can wear it to the office again, brunch, date night. It looks really cute. Ginger is taking that one.
Thank you.
Right out.
No,
with
it's
that.
got Ginger's name on
Somebody
it.
else will.
Little black dress. We all kind of know that, but why this one?
So I love this loft version with the beautiful ribs because it's a little bit more casual. So you don't have to think, oh, little black dress, date night. It is comfy, elevated, and again, throw a jacket on.
I was gonna say, can we put this on with it?
Dress it down.
Okay.
Perfect.
How did I do?
Get you styling.
It's good, right?
And you can wear it with sneakers or whatever. Like that's where the casual
Exactly.
comes
You
in.
can wear it with sneakers. You
I'm
can wear it
into
the
that.
heel for date night, office.
Always good to have
Looks
a
great.
versatile item in your
Yes.
closet. This is it.
Exactly.
All right, awesome.
Let's talk about bags, because I never know, like when I'm buying a new bag, I'm always like, what's in style? Do I really care what's in style? And but this looks big enough to carry it out, carry everything.
So this Madewell tote is my favorite thing here. It's $198, which is a little bit pricier, but I promise you it fits everything. It fits
like
a
suede.
laptop, which for me is
I love
essential
it.
because I'm
Leather ones.
lugging
It fits
that
a
every
laptop?
day. It fits a laptop. You can throw everything in if you're a mom, you think your kid's snacks. Not schlubby, it still looks chic. I love the suede for fall, it's amazing, but if you want to get your money's worth, this black version, the leather, it's seasonless.
Great. And it expands too.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's got a little magnet to keep it together, which I love. So everything doesn't fall out.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for
These
being
are
here.
amazing. You can shop all of these basics on goodmorningamerica.com. And coming up, we have the director and Mark Kerr here to talk about the highly anticipated film, The Smashing Machine. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We are back now with director Benny Safdie, whose new film, The Smashing Machine, stars Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt, and it tells the incredible story of pioneering UFC Hall of Fame fighter Mark Kerr, who is right here. He's here in studio. We're going to talk about this film. We're so excited for this. Let's start with you, Mark, because Dwayne Johnson is playing you in this film.
Yeah.
What was it like seeing your life story come to the big screen, and also working with Dwayne Johnson? What was that like? What was that relationship like?
Oh gosh. Well, it started in 2019. Well, I've known Dwayne for a long time. Him and I crossed paths back in 2000, and when he approached me in 2019, we had this long conversation about what he wanted to do, and at first it's a little disbelief, like why, and then digging down and understanding where he was and what he wanted to do and who was involved with it. It was just okay. Let's go.
How do you say no to Dwayne Johnson?
You can't. You can't.
So exciting.
Yeah.
And Benny, as the director, I mean, we've never seen Dwayne Johnson in a role like this. So as a director, how did you prepare him, or how did you get that dramatic side out of him in this role?
Well, it's for me, it's just about trust, when I saw the documentary on Mark, and there was just something really, I feel like I got him. There was something about him that I felt, even though we came from different places, there was like this shared emotional experience, And I could sense that Dwayne felt the same way. And then it just was about exploring that feeling and trying to be as truthful to that as you're making the movie. So if you do that and you don't have any pressure on set, because there's no wrong answers. If you do something and it doesn't work, hey, now we know that doesn't work. So you just you move in that direction. You're just trying to remember why you're doing it,
Yeah.
And it was to be truthful to his story, because I felt like I could learn about myself living his life, if that makes sense, you know?
That's what Dwayne said so well this morning.
Yeah.
He said all of us are reflected in Mark Kerr, even though
Yeah.
none of us are champion fighters. So let's go ahead and see a clip.
But then again, too few to mention, I did what I had to do and saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course.
I can definitely identify with that feeling right
Yeah.
there. So Mark, tell us, what do you want people to know about the UFC coming out of this?
That it was built on the backs of other people. I mean, you know, when I was doing it, I just, you know, I wanted to be considered a professional, you know, so there was just a drive for me to be considered a professional so I could be paid like a professional.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, through this whole process of everything, you know, it's, you know, not even the UFC, just life, you know, it's the human condition. You know, it's with all of us, ups and downs and everything. And, you know, once you get on the other side of it, you know, there's hope, you know.
And Benny, you've directed other films, but this is your first solo film. And you've said that you want this movie to be something for everyone.
Yeah.
Well, do you think that you accomplished that?
Well, the thing is I would hope so, you know, because what I wanted to do here was I wanted to tell a story about somebody who you would normally say, like, you know, that person is so big and strong. Mm-hmm. They're invincible, you know, and I wanted to kind of understand who was actually inside there. And I wanted everybody to kind of relate to that feeling, because I felt like if you could do that and you could feel what that feels like, then that would kind of resonate with everybody, you know? It's like what Mark was saying, the human condition. Yeah. And I think it was also just like UFC, like to give you the front row seat to like how this all began. Mm-hmm. Ringside, it's intense, you know, there's fights, but at the same time, like some of the best experiences I've had in my life watching fights are when I'm connected to the person in the ring. Mm-hmm. And I know who they are and I know what they've been through. Mm-hmm. So that's what I wanted to try to do with this movie, is see those fights, but understand what goes into the life in addition to that, and the pressure of that. And I feel like everybody can relate to pressure to perform.
Oh,
you know?
absolutely, absolutely. And Mark, one last question for you.
Yeah.
How does it feel to see your life story up there? Dwayne Johnson is playing you. Did you ever envision having a film like this?
No. You know, the two things that I take away from it is like it's humility and it's this sense of gratitude. Yeah. You know, because I said to DJ, I said, you know, I never knew I needed any of this, you know, but it kind of filled that little bit of hole of like what I did mattered. Yeah. You know, like
some
I didn't.
Validation.
Yeah, and I didn't know that I needed that, and that's this final closure of where I am with the people that did it, and just this incredible experience.
Well, congratulations.
Yes,
Thank
you both.
Yes, I don't think I understand what that means. Just to hear that.
Of course.
That's part of this whole thing, you know? I'm just like,
you guys did it. Yeah. And now I'm going to call Dwayne Johnson TJ. Do I get that liberty? I love that. The Smashing Machine is in theaters nationwide tomorrow. And coming up here on GMA3, we sit down with book talk sensation Geneva Rose to talk about her new book and a surprise that she has for fans. That's next.
We are back now with book talk sensation and #1 New York Times bestselling author of The Perfect Marriage, Geneva Rose. Yes, Geneva also has a new book out this week, Dating After the End of the World. So let's talk about the new book.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Tell us all about it.
Well, it is a enemies to lovers post-apocalyptic zombie romance.
Oh. Nice.
Yes. It's
classic.
It's unhinged. That's what I call it.
Highs and lows.
But it's about a doomsday prepping father. The daughter that was raised by him, she resented him. She left home when she was 18, vowing to never return. And then the world does end. Oh. And Daddy was right.
Dad was right.
So she's got to go back, but her high school bully's there, and that's her dad's right-hand man.
And speaking of dads and this zombie apocalypse thriller, your dad actually maybe gave you a little bit of an idea for this book. You dedicated this book to him.
Yes, in 2022 at one of my book events, he showed up and wearing a fake bloody t-shirt, and he held up a sign that he wrote on the back of a Cheerios box. It said, "Geneva Rose, please write a zombie suspense killer thriller."
And you did it. Oh, there's your dad. Hi, Dad. Dad?
Yes, and I am like, here's your zombie book, Dad. It's a little spicy, so he got a redacted version, fade to black. He likes his version. My readers like their version. Everyone's happy.
Yeah, oh, I love the support. And these characters, this isn't the last we'll see of these characters, right? The dad and the daughter and the bullies.
They're coming. There will be a sequel, yes. Their story's not over yet. I mean, it's apocalypse. Can't just end.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, it is the end, but it can't just end.
It can't just end, yes.
So we know you from The Perfect Marriage and the sequel, The Perfect Divorce. Is that storyline through, or is there more to be had?
Sarah Morgan's story is not over. You can't keep a good woman down.
Nice. And you would know, you are a super mom, super woman, 3 books and a baby in
this
1
year.
year. This year alone.
It has been a year.
incredible.
It's testing me. It's been a year, but it's been really good. My greatest creation is my son now.
Aw.
And then this book, because we're promoting it.
I was going to say, is
obviously.
this one of your, this is like your baby now too, right?
That's another baby, yes.
Promoting a book with a 9-week-old baby.
Yes.
That's incredible. So like, you have a baby, you have a family. Where do you get, like, where does this inspiration come from?
This one also came a little bit from my dad. Growing up, he was a tiny bit of a doomsday prepper, but in the sense of he's going to buy a bunch of canned goods and we're going to haul it to the basement and he's going to force us to eat them before they expire. So then I was like, well, what if my dad was like a serious doomsday prepper and he made us like build a compound, and that's where the inspiration came from. And then I threw in zombies and enemies to lovers, and we have dating after the end of the world.
When your dad did that, I'm just curious because we do that to a certain extent, and we talk about the food in the basement, you've got to eat it. What was like one of the main ones? Was it ramen? Was it
ramen, sliced potatoes, which is not good in water. Like, I want them crunchy, and you can never get them crunchy. And he would be like, "You're gonna thank me one day," and I'm like, "Oh, I don't think I'd want to spend my end of days eating canned goods with you in the basement."
Doesn't sound like a good
What
end.
do you think readers are going to make of this? Because this is very, very different from your
very
other
different.
first 2 books.
I mean, I just hope they have fun with it. I had such a fun time writing it, and I love playing around with different genres. So I hope it's an escape from their life. It made me escape for a while.
What do the fans say? And you call them, your fans are the gaggle, right?
They call themselves
They
silly
call them-
geese, and they call me Mother Goose.
Your Mother Goose, very appropriate. What are some of the craziest things they've shared with you, just them reading your books and your novels, and just some of the ideas that they take away from it?
Well, actually, it was wild today. I had my makeup done, as you can see.
You look beautiful.
And I was talking to the makeup artist that came to my hotel room, and she was like, "I'm reading this book. It's called like The Perfect Marriage." And I was
No
like,
way.
I was like, "You're lying. You looked
What?
at my name." And she's like, "I don't look at my clients. I treat them all the same. I don't care who they are."
She didn't know she was about to
No, and I thought
meet the author.
And I
and
thought
do
she was
her
messing
makeup.
with me.
Wow.
She pulled out the book, and I was like, "Oh my God, you are being serious." And then I signed it to the perfect makeup artist.
Aw.
So shout out to Kristen. Thank you.
What do you make of all the TikTok, the book talk fans? You know, because there's really been a resurgence in reading, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Thanks to TikTok.
I think it's great because it's, you know, every bookstore is booming now, and it's because people are sharing their love for reading. People want to escape from their phones. They want to consume something, longer form content. So I think it's done wonders, considering it's short form content. And now we're getting people reading again, which is awesome.
Seems like counterintuitive.
Yeah.
And then finally, just because the books are so different, did you change the way that you're writing, or like the lens that you're coming from, your process?
A little bit, because there's not like I have to do like twists and like fool the readers, and this is more like you're just following along, but then there are surprises, so there's not so much of like having to weave this web through. I think that in that sense, it was a little bit different.
This is so fascinating. Congrats on your new book.
Thank you.
And
the
this is
baby.
so exciting. Yeah,
Yes,
and the baby.
congratulations.
What's your baby's name?
Chase.
Oh,
Hello, Chase, my baby.
He'll see this.
Baby at
He'll
the
see
end of
this
the world.
eventually. One
Yes.
couple of years.
Her new book is available right now, and we'll be right back. That's so amazing.
Well, that's fun. I need to go read a book now.
I know. So much fun. And see a new movie.
Yes.
Thanks for watching, everyone. For more news, check out What You Need to Know anytime on Disney+. Have a
See you
great day.
tomorrow.
See y'all.